Good afternoon, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Friday. It's the end of another week, and when I get a chance, I love to do a decent length flight to see us out on a Friday afternoon. Of course, where we are, it is morning, so welcome to Atlanta. The sun has just risen. It looks absolutely gorgeous out there today. The weather is blue skies, tufts of white cloud. So in today's flight, we are going to be checking out the World Update 16 as we head down to Montego Bay on this real-world Delta Airlines flight. Yeah, it should, fingers crossed, all be rather beautiful. And as said before, I love flying somewhere different, particularly over the USA. I love the landscape from above. Today's flight will see us over Florida for a good part of today's flight, and if the weather stays good, then we should have fantastic views of the scenery as well from about 37,000 feet. We're live on VATSIM, of course. We're in the Fenix A320 and our call sign is Delta 1997, or as we're in America, I suppose it's Delta 1997. Anyway, welcome everyone who are just coming on board. Great to see so many channel members coming in straight away. Hey David, hey Mark, Paul, Evil, Wally, Kevin, good to see you. Hey Sean, and Barry Barson is back after a while. Hey Barry, good to see you, mate. Been busy, I'll bet. So the operational flight plan. Have I pinned that into the chat for those of you watching on YouTube? I might not have done. Let me just do that, and then you can grab hold of that now if you wish. See what is happening. Of course, we'll still be flying this Airbus A320 in accordance with our usual standard operating procedures. We're certainly, I have no idea how Delta operate their aircraft, but I would imagine it's probably in a very similar vein to the Orange airline. It's still going to be Airbus standard stuff, isn't it? Welcome to those of you. Try that again. Welcome to those of you watching on Twitch as well. Hey Lemon, good to see you over there on the purple this afternoon. Well, it says the State Department says don't go to Jamaica. Oh well, Wally, that's the beauty of the simulated world, isn't it? Never mind. Which is weird because they've got 4 flights a day, I think. Delta do to Jamaica from Atlanta here, so that's exactly what we're doing. Right, let's check out the operational flight plan. Our flight time today is around 2.5 hours, so it's a good length flight. So here it is. We've got about 13 tons. Shear rate looks fine. Takeoff weight is probably going to be around the max landing weight if we throw some extra fuel on. Cost index of 18. That's like super speed compared to what we're used to. No real wind to speak of either. 37,000 feet. Looking to depart 27 right. And then it's a runway 7 arrival. That is an RMP approach, by the way. So that's going to be something a little bit different for us as well. CNR for the alternate is 2 tons. Plug fuel is just under 8.5 tons. Let's have a look at the weather and we'll see if we're going to need to take any more than that. Not familiar with this part of the world, but I don't think there's any terrain we need to worry about where we're going, so no, that's fine. Look at that, the weather looks superb, so that's all fine by me. Let's have a look, see what the forecast is like then. So down in Montego Bay, we've got 150 at 5. Visibility is fine. Broken clouds 2,200 feet. So even though it's an RMP approach, those clouds are high enough to allow us to get in. 23 degrees at the moment. That is gorgeous. Little look at the forecast, and pretty much says that nothing is going to change. So that is fantastic. Same with all our alternates as well there. We've got Jose Martini and Miami as well in case we need them, but even those are looking pretty nice. And of course Atlanta again looking rather lovely. So there you go, that's our flight route. That is going to be a gorgeous view of both Florida State and the Atlantic as we travel down. Those jet streams not causing us any issues today. No headwind, but no real tailwind either to speak of, so that's fine. Nothing on the Sigma charts either, so as it all goes, it's looking like a pretty gorgeous flight. Oh, now, the amount of no times you're going to get in an airport this size. Who cares? It's going to be fine. There's all the little taxiways and things closed, but none of the major ones. We'll have a look at the looks like some ILS issues there. Nothing that should affect us. We'll have a look at all those no times, and we'll have a look at our arrival airport in a bit. I can't imagine there's going to be much there, to be honest with you. There you go, stand 5's closed due to maintenance, so we'll not park there. But yeah, no times that are going to affect us. So what fuel we're going to take? Well, you know, we're going to be over the Atlantic for a bit, or the Caribbean Sea for a while. We could take around 6.5 tons extra. That's our maximum. We're not going to do that. But I think if we upload 9 tons of fuel, then that's going to be more than enough for our flight today. So that's going to be the plan. Now, unfamiliar, of course, with US procedures as I am, we're parked at Echo 5, so it's not the longest taxi in the world. Runway 270 is already down here. I don't know if we can take any of the intersections. It depends what the EFB has got in terms of its intersection database. So the departure then is the Velocity 3 departure, which is essentially straight out on runway track. Then once we're over 1,527, it's direct to slaw, rigs, rivet, and our initial climb is 10,000 feet. Of course, that's altitude. Normally in Europe that would be a flight level, but of course in the USA things are a little bit different. So MSA 3,100. So no real threats other than unfamiliarity of the surroundings and the airport. That's our biggest issue today. The fact I don't think we've got any air traffic control knocking about, but there we are. Alright, so shall we go find our aircraft, and we'll get going. So both of the airports that you're going to see today are default Azobo airports. So that's essentially what we're showing off today. I've got no third-party airports or anything like that installed. Everything is just default. Now, what is kind of upsetting, I don't ever remember this happening. One of the sim updates. Look at the tug driver, just over there. I mean, what's going on over here? that never used to happen. It's when the oh, what have I just pressed? Oh, GSX, what have you just done? Deboarding passengers, don't deboard. Board. Stupid thing. Yeah, one of the updates, they changed something so you couldn't go in all the buildings and the terminals and things, didn't they? And that meant that when that happens, nothing can go into things and certain buildings and vehicles and that. If anything got in the way, well, they just happened to sit on top of them. But never mind. Beautiful Virgin aircraft to the side of us. But as you can see, it is indeed morning, and our gorgeous Delta aircraft is just waiting for our flight today. Hopefully, if these skies stay like this, then it's going to be a great flight. Okay then, let's get on board and let's get set up. So my trusty first officer has already got the aircraft all turned on, more or less, in its sort of turnaround state. We're running on external power. The pumps are off. Logo lights are on. Seatbelt signs off. I'll get refueling. At some point, actually, just need to tell the refuelers. What did I say? We wanted 9 tons of fuel, didn't we? So let's make sure they uplift 9 tons and not the plug. Fuel. So spoilers, flaps, parking brakes, fine. Squawking 2,000. I think I don't have to squawk 7,000 here in the USA. Someone here in the chat might know a little bit more than that than me. In fact, we won't be squawking 7,000, we'll be setting our actual squawk, because even though there's no ATC around, this is what you get when flying in America. I love this feature. Squawk 5720 for your flight, which is brilliant. So we'll do that, 5720, so that's all set up. Acupressure's good, in the green, just pop the constraints on, and that initial climb's going to be 10,000. Set that while I'm here. Alright, let me grab the weather then, according to the latest METAR. So winds are 270 at 5, so headwind for departure, visibility is 10 miles, fuel clouds 15, broken 18, temperature is 6, QNH is 1001. It changes so often, doesn't it? Yeah, it changes so often with millibars rather than hectopascals, but there we go. So that's all fine. Have we got a Unicom set? No, I'm on a different airframe, so that's not all saved and set up. So there we go. That's fine. VHF2, just monitor that. We'll get to Unicom shortly. 1228. There we go, that's fine. Happy with the lights, switching panel thrust levers, engine mode, master selections, all that stuff is perfect. And set. Lovely. Alright, well, company messages come through and we will get the box sorted as well. Right, let's do our request. Now actually upgraded. Lemon says he has checked out the 7 handcrafted airports with the latest update. He was actually quite impressed. Yeah, Gaia airports do very, very good airports, don't they? We were at one of those recently, actually. We took off from, was it Vienna earlier this week? Very good airport. Right, Delta 1997. Cost index is a was it a giddy 18, something like that? Let me just grab the flight plan again. See it. 18, yeah. How quick is that? Alright, Tropos 35374. Ground temperature of 6. Download our winds for the flight. Done. Iris in it, so we're stand Echo 5 today, 33383 north, 425.5 west, that's fine. And 37,000 feet where it's 52 degrees. Alright, so the taxi out to runway 27. Right, is this the airport that's technically the biggest in the world? I can't remember if it's this or Dallas Fort Worth. Depending on, I don't know if it's passenger numbers or just the size and area of the airport. I can't remember if this is the biggest one in the world or not. I'm sure someone in the chat will correct me. Varsity 3 departure, that's going to be right down at the bottom, isn't it? And the Nookie transition, yep. A little bit of Nookie on a Friday afternoon. Kids are at school, right? And insert. And then at the other end, at the moment, the plan is the RNAV 7. No star. And we're coming in via. Let's have a look. Be coming in via. Oh, look at the waypoints. Usain Bolt done it. That is brilliant. That is absolutely top class. I love that. Usain Bolt done it. Oh right, what? How are we getting to Usain Bolt? Tasno. Oh, what's happened to the iPad there? Tasmo, Nebo, Rild. Okay, Rild looks like how we're getting in there. Insert. So, flight plan's got 1,032 miles. I've got 1,036 in the box. Happy with that. Hey, J-Hog, good to see you. Alright, Radnav page, there is the Golf Sierra uniform. NDB just here. No, it's VOR, sorry, VOR. There we go. Get that in. And then onto the init B page. Hey Willie, good to see you mate, long time no see. Hope you're well. Elliot, was that a fluke or was that by design? Oh, that was most definitely not a fluke. Clearly done by design. Right, 0 fuel rate's 57.1. Just accept that. CFG is 31.8. Alternate fuel is a ton. Let's hit the fuel planning, see what's there. The Legend Dark Fury also in the house. Hey Dark, hope you have a good day mate. But fuel 8.6, we're taking 9 tons as long as the refuelers do their job. Takeoff weight of 65.9 and takeoff CFG is 29.7. Alright. So, runway 27, right, dry, flaps 1, I don't know if Delta use flaps 1, I guess so. Anti-ice will be on, because it's gold. Packs will be off, as per our usual stops. Takeoff weight 659. CFG is 297. Don't mind with it. Right, intersection data, have we got any? No, it's full length. Okie dokie, it's full length and, oh my word, as we're using full length, look at the V-speeds, they're all pretty much equal to each other, which is exactly what you'd expect. 151, 151, 152, flaps 1, transition altitude of course 18,000 feet, flex 67, yeah, so a nice high flex as well. Now, noise abatement departure procedure. God knows. Do they have anything like that in Atlanta? Obstacle clearance, parking, alleys, gates, cargo, low vis, de-icing. No. Ramp. Do they just not care? It's going to be loud enough anyway. Alright, well, we'll use the usual noise abatement 2 then. How high is the airport? What's the elevation of Atlanta? 1,026 feet. Right, well, looking at the box then, I'm guessing that Delta are using 1,500 feet thrust reduction acceleration. Engine acceleration as well is the same. Okay, well, that works for me. So, good. Alright, well, that's all set. I am happy. I think, is GSX loading our aircraft? Let me have a quick look. See if that is indeed the case. Oh, come on. Not loading just yet, so I'm not quite sure what's going on there. It's all because I pressed the wrong button. The menu for GSX fired up in the wrong place. So let me just see what's going on. Oh, I know why they're not loading. I haven't told them to. That's why. Right. Well, hopefully that might work. To be fair, GSX might be loading it. Loading it anyway. Deboarding passengers now. Boarding rested, waiting for the fuel truck is in position. Oh god, this could take forever. I might just have to restart GSX. Oh well, never mind. We'll keep an eye on things. Although, oh, actually, I think we might be boarding now. I've just seen the cargo doors open, and refueling has completed. So we'll wait and see what happens. All right then. Well, with that, I think. I think we're ready for a brief. There we go. Starting to board now. Yeah, I do. I think we're ready for a brief. So, any particular threats that we can think of with this departure? It's a new airport to us, so we will obviously just want to be a little bit careful with where we're going when we're taxiing and be familiar with the routes, etc. We're in an unusual part of the world as well, so slightly different procedure here on the ground in America. So, just out of courtesy, we will make a call that we are going to push back, but the ramp is uncontrolled, so we are going to push back. We'll obviously be facing south, and then we'll taxi down. We'll take the first left on Lima, and that is then all the way for a full length departure then, which we will, we'll go all the way to Lima Alpha for our full length departure. The takeoff then is pretty straightforward. Nice long runway. Straight out on runway track, we're above 1500 feet, and then we're direct to Slaw. Autopilot can come on nice and early. Initial climb 10,000 feet, which we've got set. Little threat as well. Normally we'd be used to setting standard pressure sooner than we are going to be. Not until we're getting up above that flight of 180 do we need to do that. So again, something a little bit different. MSA 3100, so nice and safe. But in terms of threats, just the unfamiliarity and the lack of ATC, that's probably our two biggest threats. Way to mitigate that is just take the taxi nice and slow. I'm not going to do a single engine taxi today. We're going to get both engines started as we push back, so we're not having to worry about that, as well as work out where it is we're going in this strange environment to us. And of course, making good comms on Unicom. So I think that's about it. And obviously the first turn will be to the left, as you can see. Right, the other thing we need to do then is the engine out procedure. Now the engine out procedure here, given the MSA, the altitude, the airport, etc., I'm guessing it's standard. There's no terrain around or anything like that. So what we will do if we lose an engine is once we're happy, then we will, once the engine's shut down, we're happy that we've still got a nice positive climb, we will make a right hand turn to the waypoint duty, and what we're going to do is pop that into the secondary flight plan just now. So there's secondary flight plan, copy that, so more or less just straight out, and then I'll spell that correctly, D-U-T-I-E. Yeah, pop that in there. Well, we'll then hold inbound courses 3, 4, 5, left turns. Okay, so I've just got that in there, and then obviously coming back to KATL. I'm not going to put a runway in because we'll sort that in the hold, because it could be any host of runways, couldn't it? Alright, good, so I think that's us fully briefed, and I just want to check again how we are doing with regards to loading the aircraft. Right, I might just have to load the aircraft via the pad, which is fine. Oh, you stupid ground crew. I hate it when you do that. Ground crew just removed everything without permission. Give me my power back, please. Oh, American ground crew. Wonderful. I've also lost GPS primary as well. Brilliant. Alright, let me just pop all this back in. Typical. Right, I now need to put all that rubbish back in. Just as I thought we were good to get that APU started and sort ourselves out. What was the drop pause? 35,374. Someone can rewind the stream and tell me the takeoff performance calculations. Was it 151, 151, 152 if memory serves? I think. Two seven right. Varsity 3 with a little bit of nookie, yes, remember that. 1 of 7, no star. Grilled veer. That's correct. Radnav is Golf Sierra Uniform. Can't remember this lot, so I will have to check this out. Uh, 57.2. CFG is 31.7. Alternate was a ton. Taking 9 tons. Completed. Takeoff weight 66, that's fine. Is that a final load sheet that's just come through as well? Yes, it is. Oh, that's fine. So, I've got an extra sort of 9 minutes in there. Performance then is 151. 151. 152. Flaps 1. Flex was, I should still have this in my performance calculation, 67. That's fine. Secondary flight plan, copy the active, and then engine out procedure is duty. I hope someone got fired for that. Alright, I'm happy, we're done. Right, so I'm still waiting for the GPS to come back in. Higher alignment in 3 minutes. We've done our brief, we're literally just sat waiting. What I am going to do is I am going to just reset all this, and then we'll get the pushback doing in a bit. So everyone is now on board according to the Fenix app. I'm just going to double check that is indeed the case. Let's get that APU started before the ground crew come and mess it all up again. Yeah, everyone's on. Hey Ahmed, good to see you. Ansley, hello. Hey Jim. DIY Labs. Hey guys, sorry, just been sorting this lot out, so apologies for not being in the chat. Hey Robert, good to see you as well. think our doors are closed actually, aren't they? Yeah, all doors are closed. Wonderful. Clever Trevor sat there hating home laser printers. Oh, why is that, Clever? I prefer laser to inkjet. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Everyone's on board.
Took long enough. Yeah, fine, thanks. We've got a small delay up here because the ground crew are incompetent.
No problem.
Final low sheet I think she's got as well.
Hi, Captain. Okay, we've received the load sheet from ground. There's the passenger count, the crew count and the total souls count. Plus yourselves, of course.
Okay, that's great, thanks.
Okay, looks like we're all set to go whenever you're ready.
Yeah, okay, it should be about 5 minutes.
No problem.
Alright, APU's on, so let's get these on. Refuel is completed. That, right, now we can disconnect that. Bleed's on, seatbelt signs on, 9 tons of fuel. Just waiting for the IR alignment. And we'll start to sort ourselves out. Okie dokie as well, let's welcome everybody on board our flight today. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Welcome on board our Delta Flight 1997 to Montego Bay in Jamaica. We're going to be cruising today at 37,000 feet. We were scheduled to push back in about a minute. We're going to be a few minutes behind. Just got an issue with the ground crew. But once we're able, we'll do our best to get ourselves sorted. It's a nice short taxi out there today with gorgeous weather for our entire flight. So if you can get yourself seated, sit back with your seatbelts securely fastened, we'll look to get going as soon as possible. Thank you. Hey Verb Jim Tim, right, if you're getting big white screens, it's because your Fenix app might be running but it's not talking to your Fenix aircraft. I posted a video about this yesterday on the channel that might be worth checking out. Christopher, how cold's the plane? Let's have a quick look for you. 29, 23, 27, so not cold at all. So we've only just closed the doors and that. Get one of the packs on now. It's been a minute since APU lead's been running. GPSU primary lost on there, which just checking shouldn't be the case. GPS is fine. IRS, we've got 3 now greens. That's all okay. So I'm not quite sure why we've still got the GPS primary lost on there. Don't particularly want to fly without that. Okay, maybe when I just do another quick realignment. Yeah, that's fine. Nav accuracy is downgraded. Let's put those back on. There we go. Right, let's get the GSX people back, shall we? Christopher, how can it be that warm in the cabin? Oh, it can. When all the doors are closed, the sun's shining through it, and there's no air conditioning knocking about, then the cabin warms up very, very, very quickly. All those sweaty bodies. So yeah, it absolutely can. And the Fenix team have simulated that, because if I opened the window, it would start to cool down quite considerably, which is a great little touch. Right then, cockpit preparation checklist. Let's see aircraft acceptance, because that's completed. Fuel quantity is 9 tons, and I'm sure the refuelers are more competent than ground crew, and that'll be nicely balanced. Yep. Seatbelt signs are on. It is 3 now greens now, and the bar of QNH is 3001 and 1,000 feet. radios have been reset. Atlanta traffic, Delta 1997, stand Echo 5, pushing back facing south. And now before start checklist then, so parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors closed and armed, beacon lights on.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Noticeable steering is disconnected. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1. Hey Captain Hunt, hope you're doing well. Got to love GSX pushback. Captain Q, hello. Good to see you today. So how many people are working from home then for the next couple of hours while we fly down to Jamaica?
All stations, please arm doors.
Evil Rockin' Bro, you will be flying soon, just hopefully not at the gate. Cancel master caution. Disregarding cam. Legend Dark Fury is working, Mark's working, Gibbernick's working, Malik is in the office. Oh, you should be really working then. Flyboy John is working, but definitely in inverted commas. And Ash Taylor's going to fly along with us. Engine 1 stable, starting engine 2.
On behalf of the crew, I ask that you now please direct your attention to the cabin crew as we review the emergency proceeds. Please take a minute to locate the nearest exit.
Please set parking brakes.
Yeah, parking brake set.
Count the number of rows to the exit. Should the cabin experience a pressure loss, stay calm and listen for instructions from your cabin crew. Oxygen masks will drop down from above your seat. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this and pull the strap to tighten it.
And Cam says it's a good 5:50 AM from a soggy LA. It's not soggy here in Atlanta. It's gorgeous, but a bit cool. 6 degrees.
Unlocking gear.
iFan, can the Phoenix do an RNAV approach in fan approach mode? Yes, it can, which is going to be useful for us today.
Whilst we wait for takeoff, please take a moment to review the safety procedures and the safety card in front of you. Electronic devices must now be switched off or turned to airplane mode until we instruct you that it is again safe to use.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
If you are a frequent flyer with us, you can
Left is clear, right is clear.
advantage of the extra perks to make your journey.
Tugs out the way, left clear, right clear.
Thank you for your
Engine
attention.
2 is now available. And what was our final trim value? I forgot to write it down given the chaos on the ground. It was 29.4. Okay, lovely, and the after start checklist. So, anti-ice is on, ecam status is checked, just should have pack 2, and left side stick, yeah, disregard that, erroneous error. Pitch trim is 29.4, rudder is neutral. Okay, he's sauntering out the way. Atlanta traffic, Delta 1997, is taxi now via Lima to holding point Lima Alpha, runway 27 right. Right, taxi lights on. Just waiting for the ground crew to sort themselves out.
Land traffic Delta 1747 after the company aircraft passes, pushing Echo 3 straight and safe.
I will report clear of the company Delta. Brake check. That's fine. Of course, what we should also do as well is we should set these. They should set the V speeds on here, but well. And Delta waiting to push at the Delta stand. We're now clear of you.
1747, much obliged.
Flash Barry says hi from Jamaica. Flash, that's awesome. What's the weather like? Tell me it's nice, please. Hello.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for takeoff.
Lovely. If you want to get yourself seated, we'll be taking off in about 3 or 4 minutes.
No problem.
Right, we'll do a
All stations
flight
secured for takeoff.
flight control check then. So we shall go full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, and rudder, full left, and neutral. Okay, just recapping then, no LMCs, no change to our performance, full length takeoff, noise abatement 2, straight out departure, first turn will be to the left. Engine out procedure is standard, so once we're comfortable, clear engine shutdown and we're happy with VNC conditions, so it's going to be a right turn to our holding point to the northwest of the airport, where we'll hold 4,000 feet and decide what to do. The initial climb for our departure then is 10,000 feet, altitude 10,000 feet. Just remember that we've got higher than normal transition altitude of 18,000. I've got terrain air on my side. First officer can have the weather because it doesn't work. Just waiting for the crew to sort themselves out, then we'll run the taxi checklist. Verb says that fixed sorted, you've now got usable screens again. Verb, real glad to hear that, because it was doing my nutting. The amount of times I sat down to start a stream and I just wouldn't work. It was very, very frustrating. This is quite a decent airport. This to say it's handcrafted by Azobo. That sounded really awful, didn't it? But you know what I mean. It's nicely detailed. Which normally it's the payware ones that add in all that extra detail. But yeah, quite nice. This. Not sure I've ever flown from Atlanta before. You know what you're ever going to do? What you're doing for the next 2 hours, guys? Please stick with us. Whether you're working from home, sat chilling with a nice drink. As we take you down to Jamaica. Right, taxi checklist, flight controls checked. Flap setting is config 1 FMA. We've got climb nav blue 1 FD2, 10,000 blue. Radar and predictive wind shear is on. ECAM memo. Takeoff no blue. AFP is stowed. Right, the approach path there looks clear. Atlanta traffic Delta 1997 is lining up via Lima Alpha runway 27 right for the Vosti 3 departure.
Atlanta traffic Delta 1747, taxiing via Lima to Lima Alpha 27 right, Atlanta traffic.
And the lineup checklist, cabin secured, takeoff runway full length 27 right, TCAS TARA and PAX 1 and 2 are both off. Gibbon XS typically has a Teams meeting now just before takeoff. Just leave us on mute, Gibbon. Enjoy the views. Howdy says the payware version of Atlanta isn't good at all. This default is better. Really? That's highly unusual, isn't it? Right, happy with the rolling takeoff, I think. So let's go. Start the chrono. Takeoff. Chrono started. Set 50% and 1. No real wind for us today. It's mostly a headwind. Stable. Set takeoff thrust. This is going to be a nice long takeoff then. So takeoff thrust is set man flex SRS runway auto thrust blue. Knots. V1, rotate. And positive climb, gears up. Nav. This is why I love flying over America. It always looks so good and detailed. That is amazing. Thrust climb. Climb. Autopilot 1 engaged. Using the trusty FCU unit. At least has a lot of the photogrammetry in the US is top notch. It really is. It's absolutely stunning, isn't it? And look at that. Just beautiful. If the entire world looked this good, can you imagine? Right, that's S speed. So flap 0, spoilers disarmed. And that's why I'm really happy that hopefully the weather is going to be like this for the majority of our flight, because it will look stunning. Although there's some early morning mist over there that you can see. Dark Fury says, can we tell them to fix London? I know, London doesn't look this good, does it?
Atlanta traffic, Delta 1747, lining up 27 right, 33 departure.
Okay, so don't need that while I'm up here. We'll get the lights off as well. And don't need that either. Spoilers, flaps, gear. I've just done the lights. Captain Shaquille says, crazy thing is, we say the same thing about Europe. These views are wow. Maybe it's just worse. We're not used to seeing them. Flash Barry says, if the entire world looked like this, the computers would be crying for help. Well, true. Ash says, the downside of loading the Dreamliner is you've got to wait for more passengers. Well, it depends how popular the airline is. Christopher, does American air traffic control really let planes dawdle around in stretchy bit? I've never flown in real life, Christopher, in America, so I've no idea how it actually works. I still find it unbelievable that you have uncontrolled ground. The ramp is uncontrolled. So that's just completely foreign to me. Right, so we've got no ATC around. Just going to do a final check of that. Yeah, no ATC. So let's just clear ourselves higher then. So thrust climb, open climb, and standard pressure set. 200 blue. Cabin crew, you're released.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll shortly begin our cabin service.
Clear the radnav page out. 370 is going to be alright for us actually. We might go 35 just to begin with, burn a bit more fuel off. We'll set that now.
You can also ask them about joining our frequent flyers and becoming a channel member.
350 blue, it's the initial climb. Second flight plan, we've turned away from that holding point as well now, so we'll copy the active, no point leaving that in there. Ah, Sean, but it's not standard after 18k. It might be, but we're now climbing to a flight level, not an altitude, so you can push for standard. If we were still climbing to a altitude, then yes, we wouldn't touch that. So what we tend to do then is leave the backup on the local pressure, but until and then when we're above 18,000, then push that to standard. But we're climbing to an altitude, so we want this on standard, just the same as we do in Europe. Christopher, but in real life you don't have events. He says uncontrolled ramp is ingenious, no waiting for 40 minutes to push and start because there's an event on nearby. No, but obviously in the real world it just sounds very, very chaotic. And did everybody see the there was a video doing the rounds on, I don't know if it was Vaz Aviation YouTube channel or something like that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain
When
turned off the seatbelt
I think it was a
sign.
Southwest
You are now
aircraft
proceeding around the cabin.
sort of
However, for your safety,
pushed
two
back
men
in
who
front
remain
of,
seated
I'm going to say,
without
Virgin
passing all
aircraft,
times during the flight.
and the Virgin
Thank
aircraft
you.
was, well, whoa, hang on a minute, what are you doing? And then it all became very unprofessional. Hey Amigos, good morning, afternoon, good evening. Right, what's the box say? It says we're going to land at 16:25 UTC. We'll try and get some time off that, of course. Christopher Shaw celebrating 28 months of channel membership today. Hey Christopher, happy Friday to you. So if you're enjoying our flight today so far, our flight, we've been airborne for a whole 8 minutes, but our stream today, then please do hit the like button. Really appreciate that. So climb to cruise, fuel check, en route weathers, and enjoy this. I'm gonna. Do you think we can call this a mini long haul? Particularly for the kind of length of flights we normally do. This is a 2.5 hour flight. Normally we're just squeezing in an hour flight, but a way to chill out on a Friday afternoon.
Traffic, Qantas 118 heavy, pushing back, stand Echo 27, facing west.
Qantas 118 heavy. Oh wow. Is he? Where's he flying to? The Legend Dark Fury is gifting 5 Easyjet Simpilot channel memberships. Hey guys, welcome on board to Hasso, Jack, Max, LPC and Christopher. Legend living up to his name. Thank you so much, Dark. Appreciate that, mate. Happy Friday to you. Remember, check out our past members only streams and get yourself on the in the members lounge as well on our Discord server. So Captain Shaquille, a bit of an insight there, saying in real life our ramps are controlled, but it's not the FAA. Not FAA controlled, so not under air traffic control. In other words, American Airlines employees control the ramp at Philadelphia until they talk to ground. I guess that makes a bit of sense. But I don't know, I just thought it was like a free-for-all. Let's just push back in front of anyone we want because we don't want to wait and we're late kind of thing. Right, well, let's get the cabin crew open for service then, Elliot, if you want champagne. So if you want to try that bot command again, you should get champagne now for the new channel members. How good does the ground look though? I mean, I know everywhere looks good, but America's just... I think America's on another level. I really do.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
So there's Elliot grabbing some champagne.
We are about to start one of our in-flight movies. If you'd like to watch, please plug in your headphones and select channel 18.
Just wondering why the overhead
And I hope you enjoy the film.
Flight Life Studio isn't working. Let's see if I can get this working for you. Nope, that's not working. It's broken. Might have to give that a might have to give that a kick. Let me try sorting that out for you while we climb up to cruise. Right, that all appears to be working now, I think. Just could do with showing some Delta colours. There we are. How's that? Hey, Da Vinci, good to see you, mate. How you doing? Happy Friday to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, just to let you know we will be starting our in-flight drink service in a few moments. If you could please clear all aisles and ensure that any bags are placed in the overhead lockers, it would be most appreciated. Thank you.
Do you know what I have not got for this flight? I've not got a cup of tea. That was bad planning, wasn't it? So I'm going to get up to cruise, then we'll do a fuel check, we'll have a look at some en route weathers, and then I've got a quiz. I've got a Friday afternoon quiz for you all. Jagan, hello, good to see you. That early morning sun reflecting off the lakes down there. Da Vinci love a quiz. Da Vinci, you should get them all right. I'm expecting 10 out of 10 from you, Da Vinci. Hello, AV8. Good to see you. Elliot, that is awesome. The Tesco own brand chipsticks didn't impress you. Far too dense. Too dense? You mean actually too thick? Well, what, did you get did you get the right ones? The big 150-gram pack? Yeah. I'm not talking little tiny bags. I'm talking big monster bags. Those that that are classified as sharing bags, but you know, let's be real. Too dense? I don't think I've ever heard chipsticks described as too dense. Aviator, I hope that tea is going to be for me. I'm going to have to go back into the galley and grab one in a bit. Completely forgot to load up on tea. Elliot, you thought they were very claggy. Have you swallowed a thesaurus? Claggy chipsticks. What are they? I'm loving the use of vocabulary, though, Elliot. I can't pretend to understand I know what it means, but claggy chipsticks. Well, if there is such a word, fair enough. Right, well, we're past 10,000 feet, we've got airports on the EFIS, we've already cleared out the radar page, that's fine. Flight level 370, yeah, I'm happy to get up to that now actually, so we'll just continue that climb. 370 blue, should be there by Yanti. So just to give you some sort of perspective as to where we are at the moment. And there's Yanti. Probably do a fuel check when we get there actually. That would work for us. So Elliot, if you're like me and you're a chipstick connoisseur, then whose salt and vinegar chipsticks would you consider to be the best? Aviator, it has to be salt and vinegar. Chipsticks of any other flavour just is wrong on a variety of levels. And it's Friday night tonight, so I'm most certainly going to be having a packet. I buy them in bulk. The people at the checkout must think I'm absolutely either hosting a very, very big party or I have a medical condition in which I don't retain salt. Captain Shield chipsticks, they are like potato chips, but long and thin. Almost like French fries, but potato chips. French fry shapes, but what the Americans call potato chips. Crisps, as we'd call them here in the Great British Isles. Doug says they just think he's from Barnsley. I'm not. I'm from Sheffield originally. I just take advantage of the cheaper prices at the other side of the M1 motorway. Elliot says the original Smith's bags in the multi-packet were the best that you remember. Light, decent salt and vinegar, and very tasty. Do you know what, Elliot? I think I've got some of those. I might eat a packet whilst we're flying. Scott, Friday night is chip shop night. It is indeed for so many people here in the UK. Melvin, in a job interview for a pilot, how do they test your skill? Do they get you to sit in a simulator? No, you're miles away from a simulator. It depends, doesn't it? Because it depends. Are you already type rated, or have you got your commercial pilot's license? Are you going in as a brand new cadet and know nothing? So aptitude tests and that kind of things are probably on the horizon for new cadets. They're going to be spending a lot of money on you. Cleaver says, stop talking about food, he's still not eating today. Had a tooth out this morning. Oh no, that sounds painful. Or at least it's painful when the anaesthetic wears off. flying, happy views, no cloud, love it. Aviate says, Clever can have yogurt tonight. Yogurt and soup. Melvin, there is a great group on Facebook called Pilot Interview Questions and Prospective Pilots. I'm sure if you do a search for something like that on Facebook, you'll find it, and I think that's a great place for potential new pilots to go and have a look. Elliot, you don't want to do another radio show today. You love it, but now you just want to sit, eat, and watch planes. Sit and eat chipsticks, Elliot. You covered a breakfast show today, and oh wow, so you're doing two. You did the breakfast show and you're doing drive as well, Elliot. That sounds like hard work. Nicodem, where are we going? We're off to Montego Bay today. Only another 899 miles to go. Christian, you find crisps very hard to pronounce. Well, what are they? What's the German for crisps? Patatas fritas. That's the Spanish for it, isn't it? And potato chips in America, of course. With all the people in the chat, how many different languages could we say crisps in without having to use Google Translate? Killuminati says in German it's poms? Oh, fair enough. Why did I think that was chicken? I thought poms was chicken. I'm no good on languages. I can barely speak English. Captain Shaquille, do we have Doritos? Oh, of course we do, yes. Walker's Doritos. Very much so. We also have Pringles. Do you have Pringles in America? Howsy, it says in France you think it's pommes frites. Illuminati said Lay's are the best. Now you see, this is another thing. So Lay's are what our Walker's brand of crisps are here in the UK. So in the UK, the most popular, most common type of crisps here in the UK are Walker's crisps. In Europe, however, they are called Lay's. They are exactly the same. They're the same brand, the same packet design and everything, but just a different name, Walker's and Lay's. Captain Prowler says, oh boy, do we have Pringles. How many different flavours, Captain, do you have? Because in our house we regularly get red, which is original, blue, which is salt and vinegar, pink, which is prawn cocktail. I saw a green packet the other day. Was that sour cream? They sounded disgusting. We had purple, which is, I want to say barbecue. They're not bad. But each of our kids all like a different flavour. And then there's me, of course. Daz Higgy is sat eating a bag of Walker's crisps now, or Lay's crisps if you're on the continent. Legend Dark Fury says in Czech it's Bramburky. That sounds like more like a spirits drink, Dark, than a packet of crisps. Cleaver says, if he recalls, once upon a time there were paprika flavoured crisps. And maybe plain ones in Germany. Captain Prow, you also have white Pringles. That's a pizza flavour. Why did they choose white for that? And a yellow one that is spicy honey mustard. Is this in the USA? I don't think you can get these here in the UK. Da Vinci says yes, you can get paprika Pringles. I don't think I've seen those. Captain W, you've had the same problem with the Phoenix aircraft as described in the video yesterday. Yeah, try it out, because I don't have that issue anymore, so it seems to be working for me. Cleaver says, do these doors have bolts? You're done with all... Oh, sorry, mate. Yes, they do. We're not flying the 737 today. Captain Prowler says the latter is only sold through Walmart, so the spicy honey mustard, but you could probably get pizza ones in continental Europe. Guys, I really want to go and get some crisps now. Neil says, let's talk about Frazzles, the ultimate crisp for sandwich use. Now you see, I always liked Walker's salt and vinegar crisps in sandwiches, but you had to butter the bread, so I don't know why, my wife doesn't like her bread buttered for sandwiches, but for crisp sandwiches, I had to butter the bread. One, because I like the taste of it, but two, because if you don't butter the bread, the crisps, they just fall out. Aviate, can you get nettle flavoured crisps in the UK? Oh, that just really pleased the vegans. I don't know. It's not a flavour I have ever looked for. Elliot says scampi fries work very well in buttered bread. All crunched up. That's Mac Alt Star. My wife often asks me at the end of these streams, have you had a hard working stream? You know, you're quite tired now having to like fly an airplane properly for 2 or 3 hours, and I always say, oh absolutely, I'm absolutely shattered. If she knew that we just sat here and talked about what was the best flavour crisps that you could get around the world, she'd probably have less time for my flight simming. Right, so let's set TCAS to below and just do our usual checks. So that's fine. That's fine. Working. That's fine. APU is good. Temperature's okay. I think everyone should be comfortable enough with that. No one likes a cold aircraft. Yeah, wonderful. Nothing on the overhead. Perfect. Oh, that's lovely. Right, we'll do a fuel check then in 10 minutes or so. Fruitbat celebrating a year of membership. That is awesome, Fruitbat. Thank you so much for supporting us for the last year. Dairy Liam What's It sandwiches. Ugh. Clever Trevor says, remember hedgehog flavoured crisps? Subtle No. Where? Not here in the UK, surely. Captain Prower asks, is there a DC-10 in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Not that I'm aware of. Anyone know of a DC-10 available? Dark says, thanks all, he's been to the gym now. He's fancying bacon frazzles and barbecue Pringles. Elliot says some cheap home brand frazzles are also far too claggy. Claggy is the word of the week now, Elliot. What happens if you Google that word? Aviate is going to change the subject. Can't wait for Sim Update 15. Big performance gains incoming. Yes, but at what cost? Aviate. See, if someone brought out hedgehog flavoured crisps now, I'm pretty certain there'd be an absolute uproar from animal rights activists. JMB Gator, we are Delta today. Delta Airlines, Delta 1997. Dark Fury, so the hedgehog flavoured crisps were a Netto special, were they? I don't remember them. I remember Netto, but I don't remember hedgehog flavoured crisps. I'm telling you now, before the end of the stream, I'm going to have a cup of tea and a packet of chipsticks. Howdy, it says he flew an Eastern Airlines DC-10 when he joined the service a long time ago in a place far, far away. That's almost the start of Star Wars and how that began there. Howdy. MBS Gaming, good afternoon. Piano Learner says hedgehog flavoured crisps were from 1981. There's a Wikipedia site that gives their history. Alright guys, well this has taken a strange turn. So I think no one can beat hedgehog flavoured crisps, can they, for the most random flavour of crisps that they know that is or was available in the past. Hey Glennog, good to see you. Hey Welsh Pilot Pete, how do you enter a minus temperature into the McDo? On which page, Pete? Where are you trying to enter the minus button? Because that should work. Well, we've got a minus sign just there. Should work for you. Howdy, it says, how about In-N-Out Munster style fries? But what flavour were they? Also, when you're on the init page, so this temperature here, you don't even have to enter this, the minus sign for that. Just simply pop in 52, and the minus is auto-populated because the aircraft's quite clever and is pretty certain that at 37,000 feet it's not going to be plus 52 degrees. Well, the arrival page, I've never actually had. Oh yeah, I have. -3. Yeah, there you go. That seems to work. Da Vinci says learn something new every day. Well, my Friday afternoon quiz is coming up, Da Vinci, so we'll see how good you are with that. Fruitbat says, let's not forget as well that some psychopath decided that Marmite flavoured crisps should be made. Oh, I'm firmly in the I don't like Marmite camp. I know some of you do. I don't know if it's 50-50 whether a study has ever been conducted, but I'm not a Marmite lover. Delta Ops were 3 minutes late. I'm not even going to respond to that. I'll make that time up en route. Howdy, it says melted cheese, secret spread, and grilled onions piled high on your fries. Oh, that's a heart attack waiting to happen. Mackie's haggis and black pepper. Ali, is there any news about the Fenix IE update? None that I can share? I'm really hoping it won't be much longer. Right, over the state of Florida now, and we get to see that Florida coastline. So, I'm no USA geographical expert, but I'm guessing this is the sort of expensive real estate coming up down here, isn't it? Vegemite chips from Australia. Someone thought that was a good idea. Oh, and now they're infesting the stores in Western USA. Vegemite, that's something else I'm not particularly a fan of. I think we get that over here. Oh, look, it's like a mini River Thames. Cleaver on top of, if you had a delay on takeoff, what calculations would you use to gain back time by increasing speed? I don't have any specific sort of mathematical calculation. I mean, speed equals distance over time. That's probably your best bet, but you wouldn't, you know, you'd just contact operations and say, run a bit behind, do we have permission to increase cost index? All aircraft tend to use cost index as a way of sort of working out how fast they can go. Or of course remembering that air traffic control will want you at a certain speed. Right, so as we pass sharks, whatever, let's see how we're doing with respects to our fuel. So we took about 600 kilogram extra. We've got a contingency of 600 kilogram. That's 600. Sorry. So let me start again. Yeah, we took 600 kilogram extra, 300 kilogram contingency. So that's just under a ton. 900 kilogram extra. We've just passed. So we should have about 5.5, just over 5.5 ton in the tanks. Sorry, 6.5 ton in the tanks, and that's exactly what we've got. That's perfect. Babatek, good morning. That's quite a decent view of Florida down there, isn't it? Should we go for a bit of an FO view? Well, that looks rather decent. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Would you like a drink? Tea, coffee or water?
Oh, I'd love a cup of tea, please.
Of course. Just give me a couple of minutes and I'll bring it for you.
I don't know why Clever, I pronounce it as Cleaver. It's like meat cleaver, Trevor. Cleaver, meat cleaver. Let's have a look at en route weathers then over Florida. Hey Yardy. So, God, there's so many airports. Orlando. We've got an Orlando. Visibility's fine, wind's fine. Yeah, it's wide open. Orlando's good. Gainesville's fine. And as we just go further down, Miami, also wide open. So really, we're quite happy, aren't we? This is a nice view to enjoy for the next couple of hours. Hello.
Hi, Captain. Your drinks are ready. They're in the storage compartment in our galley.
Thank you.
No problem.
Jim Gator, you should be flying right over the Space Center. Not sure if we can spot that from here. Can't claim to know exactly where that is. Those of you from America will probably be able to recognise all of this area. Not me though. I spy 2 airports. That looks like a posh pool. That must be huge, that swimming pool. Oh, the map's still on the screen. Let me try again. Thanks, Piano Lena. Yeah, big swimming pool there. Anyone care to identify where this is, where we've just flown over? Is it Jacksonville? I think it could be. Either way, looks stunning. Oh, Wasp says it's America. Right, that airport there, hang on then. That is... There's a naval station down there. What the airport's called? I don't know, but it's Kilo November Romeo Bravo. Hey, Christopher Shaw, work's finally wrapping up for the week. That sounds like a happy ending. Not much wind knocking about at all, is there? So the local time at the moment here on the east coast of the USA is what? 20 to 10 in the morning. 9:40. Okay, so we've done our we've done our en route weather checks. They're all fine. Everything's wide open in front of us. Fuel is fine. It's all looking good. FSX Legend saying we're flying over a restricted area. I don't think we are. In real life, a Southwest aircraft has literally just gone flying past us the other way at 39,000 feet. So, I think we're fine. Alright guys, well, I think this is the perfect time for me to grab a drink from the flight deck, to bring into the flight deck, sorry, and then we're going to run a quiz. So get your pens and pencils ready, pens and paper, and we'll see how we get on. Now we're going to have to be brutally honest with this quiz. You're going to have to mark your own scores, I'm afraid, which is fine. But it'll be a good way to pass a good half an hour of the flight. And then once we've done that, we'll start looking at the arrival and how we're going to do it. Think about flying somewhere new, what we can expect. So, yeah, I'll be back in 5-10 minutes or so, once I've located a packet of chipsticks, made my made myself a nice cup of hot tea, and then we'll come back to a quiz. Back in a bit, guys.
Daytona traffic, November 2850 Alpha, taxiing runway 725 left via Sierra 3, Charlie. Daytona traffic, November 2850, Alpha departing runway 25 left, remaining in the pattern.
Right guys, I'm back, a cup of tea in hand. Are we still looking for the Space Center? There it is. Yeah, there we are. That's the Space Center, just behind us. With a ridiculously long runway. Do like that view, the nose view. Actually, if you sat on the left, you probably, I mean, this is an expensive part of the world to live in down here, isn't it? Very expensive. Maybe we'll stick with this view. Right, have you all got pen and papers? Because I'm quite looking forward to this. Now remember, you're going to have to mark your own tests. Let us know at the end how many you got right. Now these are all A320 based questions, of course. Okay. Alright, so question number 1. Oh my god, this is complicated. Right, a takeoff performed with a 2 degrees per second rotation rate instead of the normal 3 degrees, which is the standard operating procedure, increases the takeoff distance by approximately how much? Now, this is multiple choice. I'm not giving you guys just a blanket blank sheet to try and answer these. So the answers are 1,000 feet, 330 feet, 160 feet, or 1,500 feet. Now, of course, runways usually we'll look at in terms of meters and kilometers, so I'm going to give you those in meters. So the question again, a takeoff performed with a 2 degree per second rotation instead of the normal 3 degree rotation increases the takeoff distance by approximately how much? 300 meters, 100 meters, 50 meters, or a whopping 450 meters. Okay, so pop your answers in the chat if you want to. It's entirely up to you, but if not, you can just keep yourself your own little tally as you're going about your day, and I will give you my answer as well at the end. And then we'll move on to the second question in a moment. I'll give you those answers again. So obviously we're looking at a 2 degree rotation instead of a 3 degree rotation. It increases the takeoff distance by either 300 meters, 100 meters, 50 meters, or 450 meters. Flamethrower, did I use scenery for Atlanta? Just the default Azobo flamethrower, which I just thought looked pretty darn good. Hey, Von McLean's here. Hey, Von. Good to see you. National 24, we're flying to Montego Bay today. And Stringbean says, hello from an expat living in Orlando. How are you finding it, Stringbean? It's a gorgeous morning today, isn't it? Absolutely gorgeous morning. Alright, so here's the next question then. Question number 2. Before takeoff, remember this is just for the Airbus A320. Yeah. So before takeoff, you should select the ignition to on when, and this is multiple choice again, however you can pick more than one. So the runway has standing water, heavy rain is falling, heavy rain or severe turbulence is expected after takeoff, a temperature inversion is expected quickly after takeoff. Now you can, as I say, choose more than one for those. Dark Fury, should it be approximately? Yeah, well, obviously, yeah, approximately in the last question, the distance. It's not going to be exactly 300 meters, 100 meters, 50 meters, 450, etc. It's going to be approximate, of course. So back onto question 2. Before takeoff, you should select ignition to on when the runway has standing water, heavy rain is falling, heavy rain or severe turbulence is expected after takeoff, a temperature inversion is expected quickly after takeoff, and you can select A, B, C or D, multiples of those. It could be all of them, it could be none of them, it could be 1, 2, 3 of them. Stringbean, 19 years and still living the dream. How often do you get back to the UK, Stringbean? Alright then, so are we ready for question number 3? Alright, so each display management computer, or DMC, is able to supply one primary flight display, one navigation display, and both ECAM display units. But how many DMCs are installed on the aircraft? 1, 2, 3, or 4? So I'll give you that again. Each display management computer is able to display one primary flight display, one navigation display, both ECAM displays, but how many display management computers are installed in the Airbus 320? So our next question is just a simple true or false question, and this is the kind of question you're going to chew over in your mind and try and argue with it with yourself. All right, so emergency descent has the priority over a TCAS RA. True or false? An emergency descent has the priority over a TCAS RA. True or false? Hey Kimmy, good to see you. And Zubin says a job in aviation takes him home maybe twice a year. Oh nice, you work in aviation as well. Fantastic.
We are about to serve our breakfast and lunch menu. Please make sure your tray table is in the down position to clear any items from the aisle.
William says that's tricky. It is. It's one of those that you could argue for and against either way, isn't it? So I'll read it one last time. An emergency descent has priority over a TCAS RA. True or false? Elliot says your emergency descent is pointless if you write the thing off in the air along with another aircraft. That is probably a fair point. However, I don't want to give any answers away. Some answers may surprise you. Oh, String Bean, glad you're enjoying it. And good to have you on board today as well. Right, next question. Prior to engine start, is it possible to pressurize the green hydraulic system? And again, multiple choice. So, no, it's not possible. Yes, by using the yellow electric pump and the power transfer unit. Yes, by using the green electric pump. Or yes, by using the blue electric pump. So prior to engine start, is it possible to pressurize the green hydraulic system? No, it's not possible. Yes, by using the electric pump and the PTU. Yes, by using the green electric pump. Or yes, by using the blue electric pump. I love the fact that people are actually recognizing parts of the landscape down there. Dark Fury, what if the aircraft cannot respond to avoid it? Why wouldn't it be able to respond? Autopilot disconnect, I have control. I'll give you that last one, that last question just one more time before we move on to the next. So prior to engine start, is it possible to pressurize the green hydraulic system? The answers were either no, it's not possible, Yes, by using the electric pump and the PTU. Yes, by using the green electric pump. Or yes, by using the blue electric pump. Alright then, next question. The Flight Augmentation Computers, FACs, are directly interfaced with what? And the four options are the rudder, the elevator and the ailerons, the rudder, the elevator and the ailerons, or the rudder, the elevator, the ailerons and spoilers. So that's all four control surfaces then, isn't it? So the flight augmentation computers are directly interfaced with either just the rudder, the elevator and the ailerons, the rudder, the elevator and the ailerons, or the rudder, the elevator, the ailerons and the spoilers. I don't want clouds to come over. Streaming looks like we'll shortly be coming over Fort Lauderdale and Miami. Yeah, should be. Although it is just starting to get a bit cloudy down there now, isn't it? Looking at that. Looks pretty decent though. So that question one more time, flight augmentation computers, the FACs, are directly interfaced with the rudder, the elevators and the ailerons, the rudder, the elevator and the ailerons, or all four, rudder, elevator, ailerons and spoilers. Okay, next question then. Four answers to this question, but it can be but more than one of them could be the correct answer. So what are the reasons for a reversion to mechanical backup? So you can choose any that apply. Number one, or A, is temporary or total electrical loss, temporary loss of 5 fly-by-wire computers, loss of both elevators, total loss of ailerons and spoilers. A0, hello from Denmark. So I'll read you those again. What are the reasons for a revision to a mechanical backup? Bear in mind you can choose more than one of these. A, temporary or total electrical loss. B, temporary loss of 5 fly-by-wire computers. C, loss of both elevators. Or D, total loss of ailerons and spoilers. Now here's a question that everyone who's watched this channel for some time should know the answer to. What is the maximum bank angle achievable in normal law? Should I give you multiple choice for this one, or should we just know this? What is the maximum angle of bank achievable in normal law? Okay, I'll give it to you. A, 67, B, 40, C, 45, or D, 33. Oh, well, we're leaving land now. We're over the coast. Florida coastline is just down there. I don't think I need to read that one again, do I? But just in case anyone missed it, what is the maximum angle of bank in normal law with high-speed protection? No, that's the next question. Sorry. What is the maximum angle of bank achievable in normal law? 67, 40, 45, or 33? Okay, so the next question then. So what is the maximum angle of bank in normal law, but with high-speed protection activated? And it is 40 degrees, 67, 33, or 45. So again, what is the maximum angle of bank in normal law with the high-speed protection activated? 40 degrees, 67 degrees, 33 degrees, or 45. Probably need to do a fuel check as well as we finish the little quiz that we're doing now. Right, last question then. And then we'll give the answers and we'll see who our A320 champion is this Friday afternoon. I might be.
Fort Lauderdale traffic, American 1986, departing runway 10 left, Fort Lauderdale.
There's some traffic out of Fort Lauderdale. I might even be able to award points, easy points, to the winner, if that's possible. I don't know if that is possible. Maybe the mods know if that's something I can do. Have a good shift, Elliot. He says he'll play through the kids later on catch up after listening to the answers. Oh, I can see a ship down there. I can see a couple. Right, well that's it. We've gone from land spotting to ship spotting. Nice. Alright, last question. Which system is controlling the speed scale on the primary flight display? So the S speed, F speed, green dot, and speed trend. Which system is controlling the speed scale on the primary flight display? S speed, F speed, green dot, speed trend, etc. Okay, is it the flight augmentation computer? Is it the ELACs, the elevator ailerons computer? Is it the FCDC, which is the flight control data concentrators? Or is it the DMCs, the display management computer? So which system is controlling the speed scale on the primary flight display? S speed, F speed, green dot, speed trend, etc. Is it the flight augmentation computer? Is it the elevator ailerons computer? Is it the flight control data concentrators? Or is it the display management computer? So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions. I will go through the answers in a couple of minutes. Hello?
Hi, Captain. Just checking to see if everything is okay.
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just going to come and grab a packet of crisps, though.
Great. Just give me a buzz if you need anything.
Alright guys, yeah, I'm going to come back with those answers in a minute, but I am just going to nip and grab a packet of crisps, so I'll be back in 30 seconds. Right. I went for the small packet of Smith's chipsticks for those of you keeping count. Dr. Gamer says, crisps, they're called chips. I know. Alright then, so scorecards at the ready. Let's see how we did. A takeoff performed, this was question number 1, a takeoff performed with a 2 degrees per second rotation rate instead of the normal 3 degrees as per normal standard operating procedure. Increases the takeoff distance by approximately what? Was it A, 300 metres, B, 100 metres, C, 50 metres, or D, 450 metres? The correct answer was A, 300 metres. So congratulations if anybody got that right. Okay, so question number 2. Before takeoff, you should select the ignition to on when, again this was multiple choice and you could select more than one of these as the correct answer. A, the runway has standing water. B, heavy rain is falling. C, heavy rain or severe turbulence is expected after takeoff. And D, a temperature inversion is expected quickly after takeoff. Now, in order to get this right, you do need to have got all of them correct. And the correct answers were A, B, and C. Only D was the wrong answer. So in order to mark yourself down on that one, you do need to have had all A, B, and C down. Did anybody get all of get that one correct? I didn't. I missed one. I didn't have the runway has standing water. I've got the heavy rain and the heavy rain severe turbulence after takeoff, but I missed the standing water one. Darcy Da Vinci, I'm glad you're still here, mate. Told you I'm expecting 10 out of 10. Alright, question 3. This one, when you think about it, is... You got the first one wrong, Da Vinci. Alright, well I'm feeling okay now because I got that one right. This next question, question number 3, this one's almost pretty obvious when you think about it and the way Airbus work things. So each display management computer DMC is able to supply one primary flight display, one navigation display and both ECAM units. But how many DMCs are there installed in the aircraft? Was it 1, 2, 3 or 4? It is of course 3. Same with a lot of things. One for the captain, one for the first officer and then a backup. Hey Gadget, thank you so much for the raid, mate. Hope you're doing well. That one Aviator, good afternoon to you. You're joining us just as we are announcing the results of a quiz that we've been doing. A320 quiz, of course. Retro Diffie, do I still see a difference with FSTraffic? Well, I only usually use the models. I don't actually have FSTraffic turned on, but having FSLTL models and FSTraffic models installed means that I'm pretty much covered for the entire world. When it comes to VATSIM model matching. Right, next question. This is going to be great to see who got this one right and who got this one wrong, because I guarantee, I bet most people put one answer down, scribbled it out, put another answer down, maybe even scribbled it out again and went back. So emergency descent has priority over a TCAS RA. Was that true or false? It is false. It is incorrect. A TCAS RA has priority even if it requires the interruption of an emergency descent. That one Aviator, we are off to Jamaica. Jamaica? No, she went on her own. Montego Bay. String Bean, happy Groundhog Day. Is it Groundhog Day? I love that film. I haven't watched it for years. Dark Fury, where did we find that answer? I'd need to know what documents you have access to. Alright, next question. So, prior to engine start, is it possible to pressurize the green hydraulic system? A. No, it's not possible. B. Yes, use the electric pump and the PTU. C. Yes, by using the green electric pump. Or D. Yes, by using the blue electric pump. The correct answer is B. Yes, by using the electric pump and the PTU. Da Vinci says, don't think there's anything that could come before a TARA. No, I agree. Was it Elliot earlier that said before I had to leave? Not which point is getting down to somewhere you can breathe whilst writing the aircraft off and someone else is in the process. That one aviator, am I live every day? Not every day, but we try and do it as often as possible. Okay, so the flight augmentation computers, the FACs, are directly interfaced with what? Was it A, the rudder, B, the elevator and ailerons, C, the rudder, elevator and ailerons, or D, the rudder, elevator, ailerons and spoilers? I'm going to read those again because that was a mess of a reading. But yeah, the FAC computers, flight augmentation computers, are they interfaced with just the rudder, the elevators and the ailerons, the rudder, elevator and ailerons, or D, the rudder, elevator, ailerons and spoilers? The correct answer is A, just the rudder. Agent around says a great view from here. Oh, we had some great views over Florida earlier. Now we've just got the ocean in front of us. All right, next question then. What are the reasons for a revision to mechanical backup? Again, you can select any that apply. A, temporary or total loss of electrics. B, temporary loss of the 5 fly-by-wire computers. C, loss of both elevators. D, total loss of aileron and spoilers. How many got this right? All 4 were correct, so you need all 4 to get that one right. I didn't select total loss of ailerons and spoilers, so I got that wrong. Now on to some easier questions. What is the maximum angle of bank achievable in normal law? Is it A, 67 degrees, B, 40, C, 45, or D, 33? Most of us, I think, will have got this one correct. It is 67 degrees. Oh, I thought there was an island down there on my... I just went to have a look. Turns out I've got a mark on my monitor. I need to clean that. Okay, next question. Similar question. What is the maximum angle of bank still in normal law, but with the high-speed protections activated? Is it 40 degrees, 67 degrees, 33 degrees, or D, 45 degrees? The correct answer was A, 40 degrees. So yeah, that bank angle is reduced from 67 degrees to 40 degrees when the high-speed protections are activated. Should we test these out now and just give the passengers a scare? Hey Antrak, good afternoon to you. Alright, the next question. Which system is controlling the speed scale on the primary flight display? Is it the FACs, the flight augmentation computer? Is it the ELACs, the elevator and ailerons computer? Is it the FCDCs, the flight control data concentrators? Or is it the DMCs, the display management computers? Correct answer was A, the flight augmentation computers. I got that wrong. String bean, I'm not sure if anyone can get rid of those. I think it all depends. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. I've never been able to put my finger on what causes the clouds to look like that. Cabin crew?
Hello. I was just wondering if you were hungry. I'll get you something to eat if you like.
Oh, that would have been lovely. I've just grabbed myself a packet of crisps anyway, but no thanks.
No problem. Give me a call if you change your mind.
Alright guys, post your answers there. How many out of 10 did we all get? So, I got 7 out of 10. So how are we doing? Sean says 5 out of 10. Report would say must do better. Manic Miner says see me. Da Vinci also got 7 out of 10. Oh, that makes me happy. Dark Fury got 8 out of 10. Paul Kemp's grounded with 5 out of 10. Anyone beat 8 out of 10? Were you sat with manuals in front of you though, Dark? That doesn't count. I had the manuals, but I didn't look at them. Ooh, that's a nice sidewards jet stream now, isn't it? And that quiz is courtesy of the A320 expert website. So thank you to them for putting that out. Right, so we're going to need to do a fuel check in a moment. Darfur, you can argue the point of descent priority. You can't. It's there in black and white. So where are we? Ursus. Let's have a look what fuel we should have at Ursus. 3.6, about 4.5 tons. Oh, we've got 4.7 tons, so yeah, fuel's fine. It's all good. And Delta Tango, good morning everyone from Wisconsin in the USA. LE Clan, your A320 FCU unit, your MiniFCU has arrived. Oh, are you excited? I'm using it right now as we fly the Fenix aircraft. Remember, if you are going to buy one and you haven't bought one yet, use Easyjet SimPilot as your discount code and it'll get you 10% off. Save yourself a little bit of money. Amazing piece of hardware. And so realistic looking as well. And it's great that it works fully now with the Fenix aircraft. Stringman says, I have to say the Caribbean World Update is amazing. Do you think so? A lot of people I've sort of spoken to and read online said they weren't overly thrilled with it. Oh, Elite Clan, sorry, you've got the McDo, not the... Have you got the McDo or have you got the FCU? Because you're right, the McDo unit is built by a company called 320 FCU. Benjigator, does the MiniFCU work with the Fenix, including displays on the MiniFCU? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There's a video on my channel explaining how to do that. It's very straightforward and simple to do, and I'm doing it right now. This is quite a nice, relaxing. I could imagine listening to this piece of music just laid back on a beach. Island paradise, that kind of thing. Oh, right. Shall we have a look at what we can expect from this arrival then? Nabil Games, man, thank you so much. Celebrating 10 months of First Officer channel membership. Nabil, that is awesome. Thank you for that. Do appreciate it. 10 months. Keep flying. We will, Nabil. We will. Right, so we're going to come in via RILD. Looking at that. We're not coming in through any of those, which is fine. So, no DME circle. So we should expect to come in via RILD to Safa and then Usain. And for those of you that weren't here when we were doing the brief earlier on the ground in Atlanta, look at the waypoints coming into Jamaica. Usain, Bolt, done it. That is just simply awesome. I love that. Benjigator says he stayed at an all-inclusive resort in Montego Bay. It was so chilled and relaxing. That sounds like the kind of holiday I want to go on when my kids are too old that they don't want to come with me anymore. Ambergrass, what external hardware do I consider the most useful for VATSIM? I would have said my MSFS unit, but I've got to be honest, now I've got the MiniFCU unit. It's that. Just the ability when, you know, you're dealing with air traffic control and you've got lots of other things going on, rather than having to sort of pan around over here and click spots and, you know, be circling up and down and that stuff, just being able to pull heading, select altitude, turn on off the autopilot, on the approach without moving. The MiniFCU is brilliant. Pepper Polly says just go without the kids. Yeah, I'm not sure I can do that. They're only 5. I think I might come back and be arrested.
Take advantage today of some fantastic savings and offers from our in-flight magazine. This can be found in the back pocket of the seating.
So we're just going to check this. RILD, Safa, Usain Bolt, done it. Alright, let me check the... check the code in. RILD, Safa, Usain Bolt, done it. Excellent. That's the stuff. Yeah, there's that plan. Looks good. That matches up then, doesn't it? What we've got there on the navigation display with our tablet. So we've got one next to RILD. What's that? GNSS required. LNAV VNAV approach not authorised below 5 degrees, that's fine. Aircraft approaching via the strait in 3000 sector may proceed direct to Usain. Yeah, so we're not doing that. 3000 feet at Usain. That's interesting. So we've obviously got a... we're doing an RMP approach. What I would expect to see, though, is I would expect to see a waypoint where the final descent starts. And there isn't one, which is really interesting. Okay. Well, we'll be using final approach mode anyway, so as long as we're 3,000 feet at Usain, then we get final approach in. Aircraft's all working fine, we've not lost anything, so we're going to be safe and legal to do the... Safe and legal to do a final approach mode arrival. Pep, yeah, a few more years. Christian says, aren't they just safer at home anyway? The last time you were away with the family, you had to carry them through a rainstorm. That is true, Christian, yeah. One of them nearly got washed away, but she's fine. She didn't have any sleepless nights because of it. Mark, were you in Mallorca the same week? Yeah, well, we were in Menorca, obviously. Just an island over. It was horrific. So again, just building up a general picture of what the plan's going to be. So it looks like 5,000 feet at Asafa, 3,000 feet by Usain. So that's a couple of thousand feet in 7 miles. That's alright, but we absolutely need to be green dot, maybe flaps 1 then by the time we get to Asafa, so we can get down 3,000 feet. Oh, we'll be slow enough if I'm struggling to get flaps 2 out and give a bit more drag. Terrain obviously to the south, and then to the east of the airport as we arrive. An all 3-degree glide path. Visibility needs to be 3,200 meters. I believe it is at the minute, so that's going to be okay. Misapproach, climb, gradient. Well, we've got both engines running, so we could probably use the low minimums for that, 526. Let's have a little look at this chart here, see what we've got. So we have Pappies, 3 degrees, 46 meters wide runway, so that's fine. Decent length runway actually, it's nearly 3 kilometers. Little displaced threshold. VOR on the left. Looks like we'll vacate at either Bravo or Alpha if we need to. Exercise extreme caution due to the suspected operations of unauthorized and uncontrolled flights over Jamaica and within 12 miles of its coastline. That sounds dangerous. Street lights resembling runway lights east of the runway 25 threshold. Yeah, okay, it's not going to be night time, so don't need to worry too much about that. No turn shall be made on the runway by the aforementioned aircraft other than in the above designated areas. Well, that's fine. I don't think we're going to need to turn around on the runway. I would be very disappointed if we didn't get off at Bravo. Christian, Christian says unauthorized flights. Do you mean like smuggling? I didn't want to say that. Might just be sightseeing. Who knows? Right, let's have a look at the airport itself. Well, that's not the most detailed chart in the world, is it? We might have to have a proper chart up. Oh, there we go. Pick a stand, any stand. Oh, cabin crew is starting duty free.
Payment ready when the cabin
Excellent.
come by. We accept all major credit cards and cash and smaller value items. We cannot swap currencies at this time. Please make sure the aisles are clear.
man, that looks
and
nice.
will make the way around the aircraft. Thank you.
So is this Cuba, I think? I'm guessing. Christian, I was just thinking, that nice watercolouring there, isn't it? Don't know if this high up would be able to see too much in terms of ships, cruise liners, that kind of thing. Actually, that looks really nice from this altitude. Bill JR, thank you so much for the sub. This cup of tea hasn't lasted long enough. So we're going to be on the ground probably in the next 45 minutes or so. Is it strange that the VOR is only one letter away from implied unauthorized flights? The Sangster VOR.
Please ensure all aisles are clear and bags are placed in the overhead lockers. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Right, so we're happy with the flight plan. And just off screen while we're enjoying these nice views, I'm just popping in the RadNav page, the Sangster VOR. Isn't that the ICAO code for Singapore? 251 miles away. Oh, this is a nice island beat. I like this in the background. Pepinali says it's the Pirates of the Caribbean, yes. Haven't we flown over Disneyland as well on our flight today? Christian, yeah, listening to this music makes me just want to get up and pour myself a rum and coke. It does look rather beautiful down there, doesn't it? Definitely. Right, well, let's just concentrate on our actual setting up. So, RadNav page, that's popped in there. The arrival on runway 07. Mind you, I'm saying runway 07. I'm just going to check what the actual weather is. Obviously, it was about 3 hours ago since we last checked it, so it might have changed. Oh, 0708. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so that's Mike Kilo Juliet Sierra runway 07. 240 miles to go. Let's get the weather in there. So our QNH is 1014, temperature 26, winds 070 at 8. Tally Aviator, we flew over Disney World, not Disneyland. Okay. What's the difference? Is Disneyland the one in Paris? We'll check for a config 3 landing. Minimums, what were they? 526. Montego, the world is in Orlando, and Disneyland's in California. Oh, right. Clearly I would have had no idea. I just thought they were the same thing. How does America get 2 Disney parks and we just get the one in Europe? That's definitely a Disneyland in Paris, isn't it, Christian? That's Disneyland Paris. Or is it Disney World? No, it's Disneyland. I don't think it's ever been called Disney World Paris. Right, so that's all filled in. Secondary flight plan, copy that. Just lean and stick my head out the window. It's pretty decent. I'm sure, did I read somewhere, I don't think it was Disney, but I'm sure I read somewhere that a Universal Studios or some company like that, some corporation like that had acquired some land somewhere here in the UK and were trying to build something similar. Mark, was it Universal? I knew it was someone like that. MGM, Universal Studios or something. I think it'd be great. I also remember reading as well that all the local residents in that particular area were all for it because think of the work it would bring. Right, let's do a landing calculation and see how we're doing getting in. Come on, iPad, work. Dog tag, we've already got a Harry Potter sort of theme park here in the UK, which is very good by all accounts. I've never been. Right, so we're going to land runway 07. Grab the METAR, apply METAR. What's our landing weight going to be? 57, 58, 59, 60.2, about 60.5 ton. Alright, so we can get in with idle reverse, that is fine. Actual conditions, flaps 3. Wonderful. Auto brake low, that is. And just check we did go with flaps 3 then. Config 3. Yeah. Alright. Christian, at least we've got the world's fastest wooden roller coaster here in the Hyde Park, reaching speeds of up to 120 kilometers an hour. Excellent. Just trying to stick my head out the window, it's not going to work. I think I preferred the view in the flight deck. There we go. First officer view for a while. And Christian, you went on it and nearly lost one of your shoes. Alagos, how often do you land with full flaps? Full flaps usually only if it's a short runway. Flaps 3 is preferred. Sometimes if it's a short runway or the winds aren't favourable, then basically just check on the landing performance calculator. If you can't stop with flaps 3, then have to go with flaps full. But flaps 3 is more fuel efficient, it's quieter for the environment, so yeah. Top of descent then in 15 minutes. So let's talk about it then. Let's sort of brief how we're going to approach this. So let's think about any threats that we've got with the arrival today and the type of arrival that we're doing. The wind is in our favour. We've got a nice headwind coming in, so only a slight flare perhaps needed as we're landing compared to what we're used to. We're obviously unfamiliar with this approach. We've never done it before. Now let's just bring up the tablet and have a look. So it's an RMP approach. We're able to use final approach mode because, well, one, it's warm enough, and two, this aircraft can actually do final approach. The biggest little threat for me is the sort of distance between 5,000 feet at Asafa and then 3,000 feet at Usain. Now we've got 7 miles to get down. That should be fine, but we really need to be green dot before Asafa, and then flaps 1 as we're leaving Asafa. Maybe even flaps 1, sort of 180 knots would be good. That would just make sure that we can sort of get down. Also get flaps 2 out if we need it to get down sooner, because we must be 3,000 feet at Usain, because after we hit Usain, then we'll need final approach mode engaged at that point, and we'll look for a decelerated approach rather than stabilised, because it's well, it's not required. Usain's 12 miles out, which is fine. So a normal decelerated RNAV approach. We'll go through the box. Obviously, before we start this approach, just check that GPS is all working absolutely fine. Aircraft is fully serviceable, so there's nothing broken in the aircraft, which isn't going to allow us to perform the RNAV approach today. Weather is beautiful, so we've got minimums. We're using 526, both engines running, so we can use the missed approach climb gradient of 5%. That's fine. Normal 3-degree descent, and then yes, that's our main little threat. The only other threat is really with the terrain, which is all to the south of the airport, and then the actual airport almost directly east of that. There's just a little bit of hillside there, but again, we've got good visibility today, so should be VMC most of the way down. The other thing to mention is the MSA. So as we're coming in, MSA to the north of the field, 2,600. That rises obviously as we're on approach to 3,006. And if we had to go around to the southeast, is 4,600 because of all this terrain around here. So a little look at the go around, just so we're familiar with that if we need it. So that is climb on track 900 feet, then a left turn, climb to 4,000 feet, up to RALD and hold at 4,000. So that's pretty straightforward as well. So I think we're all happy with that. Once we've landed, I expect to get off at Bravo. There's a potential for Alpha if we need it. I expect to get off at Bravo, backtrack down an Alpha, and then just park somewhere. Alright, so I think that covers all threats that I can think of, unless anyone else can think of any other threats. Lack of air traffic control, obviously, here in the sim. But yeah, other than that, I think we're good. KTY, hello, good afternoon to you. Half an hour, you could be in the airport bar. So, one last thing I want you guys to do with me is we're just checking. We've already checked the coding of this. That's fine. Radnav, we've got the VOR on screen, which is on the airfield. Mike Kilo, that's our runway 07, 163 miles to go. Just checking at the moment, all GPS accuracy is fine. And then for landing, everything's set, 26 degrees, QNH is 1014. Obviously we need to make sure that is accurate for RMP approach. I'm just going to double check that METAR, make sure it is indeed correct. Yep, QNH is 1014. Set that there now. There we are. Minimums are in. Clean's 224. S speed is 185, so that's going to be fine. And config 3 for landing, which we've done the landing performance calculations and we're good and safe for. Right, well we've not spoken to the passengers throughout our entire flight today. We've been too busy doing a quiz, so let's just give them a little heads up on what's going to be happening. Ladies and gentlemen, hello from the flight deck. So, as planned, we're currently cruising at 37,000 feet and we have made up the few minutes of time that we had spent on the ground. But we should be getting us into Montego Bay, as I say, and maybe just a few minutes early. The descent towards Montego Bay will probably begin in around 10 minutes, so if you do need to use the aircraft facilities, etc., or call the cabin crew, then please do so in the next few minutes. After that, once the descent starts, cabin crew will start making their way around the cabin to prepare the aircraft for our arrival, and we should be on the ground within the next 30 minutes. Hope you've enjoyed our flight, and I'll speak to you again shortly. Thanks. Pepinelli, how have I made sure the QNH is correct? I just got the latest METAR here, look, in the middle of the page. KTV, this is the Fenix aircraft. That is correct. Yep, this is the Fenix aircraft. Amagos, do you find it difficult to fly to different countries that have different transition altitudes, pressure settings, and other differences? Not really. I mean, to be honest, I very rarely fly here in the USA. But even within Europe, there are a host of different transition altitudes and things. It's just as long as you know what they are, that's the main thing. If you've enjoyed our relaxed afternoon stream, heading to the Caribbean for the weekend, then please do me a favour, hit that like button. It does make a big difference, it really does. So, thank you to everyone that's done that already. METAR really is to be believed, isn't it? We've hardly had any clout on this flight. Tale Vieta, what's the difference between transition level and transition altitude? This is a question that comes up quite a few times. So basically, the transition altitude is used, so that is the lowest altitude that you can fly to using the airfield's Q&H reference. The transition level is the lowest level that you can fly to using standard pressure. So hopefully that's just a quick explanation of the two. Now sometimes the transition altitude and the transition level aren't the same, and in between those you get a transition layer. And because the transition altitude uses the local Q&H, the transition altitude in real terms can actually sort of change a little bit and float around. Whereas the transition level can't, because that is always exactly the same. Hey J-Hog, a member for 20 months, an uncle for many more years than that. Cheers J-Hog. Organ, do I like flying for Delta? As long as I remember to call it Delta 1997 and not Easy 1997, there's not that much difference here in the simulator. I don't know what their standard operating procedures are in real world. Oh, it's getting a bit stuffy in this office though, and that's the problem when you've had the flight sim running for a few hours. And Barbear Brand is about to pass us, going in the opposite direction. Well, give us a shout. We'll have a look for your contrail. Hello.
Hi, Captain. I was just wondering if you'd like a drink, maybe a tea or coffee, or a bottle of water.
We're going to be descending very soon, so no thanks.
No problem. Give me a call if you change your mind.
For two. It's not been that long, J-Hog. Well, I think I'm right in saying it's probably now for at least 2/3 of your life. Hey, Mersey boys. Hey, Captain Prower. Got to get ready for work. Unlucky, mate. But hope whatever it is you're going to go and do, you enjoy it. And I'll see you next time. God, that windscreen is a mess. Don't we think? J-Hog, you waiting for me to look after you in your old age? Oh, not long to go then. Trying to see if we can see any land on the horizon. I think there's a little bit over there. Organ Aviator start of the weekend. Yep, 2 months till the start of GCSEs. Oh yes, fun and games again. A long time before I have to worry about that in my house. Nexus, the flight attendant is courtesy of self-loading cargo. Right. Well, here comes that top of descent then, pretty much, isn't it? About 10 miles time. J-Hog, I always said, be nice to your children because we're the ones that pick your old people's home. Now, Organ Aviator, no one looks forward to English Lit. I certainly didn't. I never understood why they needed to be analysed quite so much as we had to analyse them. Like, it's a story, it's a good story, it's entertaining. We don't need to analyse the context, the subcontext. Just enjoy it. And if all else fails, wait for someone to make a film version. Okay, here comes our top of descent. So, what was transition altitude here? 17,000. Let's, well, no need to get down that low quite so quickly. But we'll get down flight level 200. Alright, so I'm going to push for descent then. Descent 200 blue. Down we go. Richard Howson, good afternoon. So which island's that then over there? I don't think that's what we're landing on, is it? I don't know where that is. Oh, actually that could be Cuba still. I think now we can just start to see land. Look over there. So we've done our brief. I think we're happy with everything. One little personal threat for me, which I'm going to mention, is don't do final approach mode that often. So when I get final approach captured up here, sometimes I miss setting the approach altitude, which shouldn't do, obviously, but sometimes I do. So if I do miss that, just call that out for me, guys. Zika, thank you for the sub. We'll be having a good flight with us down to Montego Bay today. Full speed, set speed 270. Glenogg, these days isn't English literature just really good English? I'd most certainly fail that test then. Brian Callum says all the videos help him with all the problems that he finds us in. Thank you, you're more than welcome, Brian. Glad to see you joining us on a live stream as well. Hope we'll see you on some more in future. Right, so what we've got, airport's about 70 miles away, looking at that. Richard Harrison, good afternoon. Sorry, Matt, I can't recall if I saw you pop into the chat, but hello. Oh, I'm with Christian. I'm ready for a rum and coke once we land. I mean, what's the local time? Oh, it's just 10 past 11. Get there in time for dinner, a couple of drinks. Back to the hotel, unpack for a couple of days night stop, and then relax tonight. Of course, I'm pretty certain in the real world the crew would be turning straight back around and heading back up to Atlanta. Diane Hammer says, hi there, just want to say thank you for all the amazing tutorial videos that really helped me get more into airliner flying. Oh, Diane, that's awesome to hear. Good again to see you here on the channel for the live stream. Is there anyone in the channel watching who's never watched a live stream before? I'd love meeting new people on the channel. So if you are new to us today, or have never watched a live stream here on the channel before, then give us a wave. Elk Chocolate says, bringing back so many memories. This was me and my wife's best holiday, bar none. Flying over that greenery into Montego Bay just felt like looking down at Jurassic Park Island. Well, I hope it wasn't quite as scary as that. Just wind the speed up a little bit. We seem to be just struggling to keep up with the altitude there. And Day One says, oh, it's the first time on the live stream. Only watched the videos before. Oh, well, welcome then, Day One. Hope you'll join us again on our next live stream. Elk Chocolate, no dinosaurs there, but an equally ferocious wife when she realised she had forgotten to fill out the arrival form online beforehand. Oh no, what happened? Was it all okay in the end? They didn't deport you? Imagine if you'd filled it out, she hadn't. She got sent back and you had to stay there on holiday for a week's peace on your own. That would have been awful, wouldn't it? Brian Callan, also your first time here. Excellent. Well, obviously, prepping for exams is very time consuming and hard work. Or it is if you do it properly. Let's keep that descent going then. And we're going to get down to 5,000 feet. QNH 1014. Through side 11%, 5,000 blue. And Montego Bay traffic Delta 1997 is 20 miles north of Rield to begin the RMP approach to runway 07. Montego Bay traffic. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, our descent has now started towards Montego Bay. We should be arriving in around 20 minutes time, so if you now get yourselves back to your seat, the seatbelt signs will be coming on shortly and the cabin crew are now preparing the aircraft for landing. I take this opportunity to thank you for flying with us, and we hope you enjoy your time in Jamaica. Alright, so we want 5,000 feet when we get to Asafa. Asafa is just here. We can see we're not going to actually make that. So let's just wind that up a little bit. Because we need to slow down. So let's get down a bit early. That's looking a bit better. Look. We'll activate the approach phase as well. That's done. Let's run the approach checklist. So the bar FQNH is 1014. Seatbelt signs are on. Minimums 526. Auto brake low. And REFB is stowed. So use a little bit of speed brake to help us with this actually. Organ 8 of it is the A320 Neo's performance data landed before. No, it's not organ. No, no, no. Captain Q, do I have the MiniFCU disconnected from the PC when it's turned off? Yes, so I only plug it in when we're when I've got it turned on. Basically, I turn it off once the PC. I unplug it once the PC's turned off. Starman, good afternoon. Right, speed 250. $10,000 feet, lights on. Simon, greetings from Rome. So we want 3,000 feet at Usain, remember? Hey Elliot, good timing. This airport's over there somewhere. Okay, I've just got the hand on the speed brake as that is currently out at the moment. Just helps us get down. Cookie at the bottom at the top seems to be approaching. Yes, sadly that does tend to happen. Frustratingly, quite a bit. Someone could someone right, so there is the Latin VFR A321 and the Horizon mod makes the A321 from Latin VFR work as the fly-by-wire aircraft, which is great. But obviously you have to purchase the Latin VFR mod. Cabin crew, prepare for landing. Okay, I'm going to push for managed speed now, slow down to green dot.
Please make sure you are seated with your belts fastened and your trays in the upright position. Any items should be safely stored and remember to turn off all electronic devices until after landing. Thank you.
Robert, you've got a captain and a flight engineer. Oh my. That must be an old aircraft. Anyone with 6 dogs flies the Antonov. Sebastian, you are indeed right on time. Flaps 1, speed's checked, flaps 1. Bit more speed brake. And like we said, I can now get some extra drag out with flaps 2 if I feel like we're not getting down quick enough. So we'll hold speed there, 180 knots, and we can see where we're going to level off at 3,000 feet, just coming up here, look. Montego Bay traffic, Delta 1997 is currently 6 miles north of Usain for the RMP approach, runway 07. And just final check. GPS is full fine and working, so we're good. I think that's the airport over there. Retrofly Defeat, there's a tutorial on the channel regarding FSTraffic, VATSIM and FSLTL. If you want to do a search, I'll find it and hopefully talk you through it. Robert, I am recording, yes, so we'll check out the replay once we've landed and this amazing scenery that we're flying into.
Montego traffic, Qantas 118 heavy, inbound reeled at 10 miles, the RMP 07 approach, Montego traffic.
So it's 10 miles from Reeled, that's fine. Separation's going to be spot on there. A little bit of turbulence as we're approaching this terrain. There's our airport.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
Hey, Spliffing Rich. I use Skydolly. Works very, very well. Thank you, Ash. Separation's spot on. Right, so approach nav and final approach is armed. We'll just watch for the vertical deviation. I've got the altitude distances in front of me. At Bolt, we should be at 2,300 feet. Wow, this is turbulent. Flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2. And Montego by traffic, Delta 1997 is inbound on the RMP, runway 07, currently 8 miles out. SLH Sims, good afternoon to you. Right, let's get everyone sat down early, shall we? Cabin crew seats for landing. 2,300 feet by Bolt, that's checked. Goodness me. Gear down. Let's try and stabilise this. I'm not happy with the speed. Alright. Pushing for managed speed now to start slowing down. Flaps 3, speeds checked, flaps 3. Winds were meant to be more or less a headwind when we come in, so let's see what happens. Organ Aviator, that's not a high energy approach. This was just, it was windy, so I was just pushing the speed trend up. But we're okay now. We'll check out the views and the replay a little bit later on. If you do have to disappear after landing, please don't leave without hitting the like button. A reminder that our go-around is straight out 900 feet, then a left turn, direct to Rild. Autopilot's off, I have control. definitely windier than I was expecting. I wouldn't say windier, it's just a bit more turbulent, to be honest. Come on, get down, get down, get down.
Minimum.
Continue. 3 whites.
400. 300.
Picture looks alright, actually.
200.
Having to fight it, though.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
And we're down. Spoilers for screen. Decel. Manual brakes. And idle thrust. Let's get off. That was definitely windier than expecting.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at our destination. The crew will now commence preparing the aircraft for deboarding. Can passengers please remain in your seats, with your seat belts fastened until the captain turns off the seat belt signs. You may now turn on your phones and electronic devices. Thank you for choosing to fly with us today, and please consider becoming a channel member to receive extra benefits on your future flights with us. Thank you, and we
Montego
hope
Bay
you
traffic,
enjoy
runway vacated. Right, lights are on. Star APU. 2 hours 28 minutes in the air. Welcome to Jamaica. Love it. Jamie, PA announcements are self-loading cargo. So stick around because I have got a replay of that. That's going to look quite interesting, isn't it, from the passenger perspective? Julius93, thank you so much for the sub. SLH Sim Designs, oh that would be amazing. Right, I tell you what SLH, would you be able to either email us or contact us on Discord? And we will definitely sort that out. I believe this is the Qantas flight coming in behind us. Just check I've turned all my lights off so we're not blinding him. We have. That's good. Oh, SLH, if you want to do it right now, I'm happy. What do you think, guys? So, SLH, what would you... we've probably only got about 5 minutes, so if you can quickly put some details in the chat, what you'd like to give away, then more than happy to run that for you whilst we check out our replay. Definitely. Just let us know what you'd like to do. Right, stand 15 Bravo, I think, today. Again, Gear Simulation's doing an amazing job with these airports. Not sure if GSX wants to play ball with this whilst we're this close. No,
Ladies
never
and
mind.
gentlemen, please remain seated until the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Once that happens, we will start deboarding and you'll be able to leave the aircraft. Thank you.
Looks like they've got great weather here anyway.
Please disarm doors and cross-check.
We're showing 26 degrees. Beautiful. I just said parking brake. ProSource, this scenery is part of World Update 16, yeah. So, free, essentially. So SLH, would you like to give away one of the your sets of 10 Caribbean airports? That would be amazing. Okay, well we will run that. Absolutely, we'll run that. Let me just set that up whilst we do the replay. Then, yeah, let's go for it. Right, so I'm going to come off VATSIM while we do the replay, of course. So let me just sort that out and disconnect from there. Let me just get rid of self-loading cargo. So guys, stick around. We've got a, if you like Caribbean scenery, we've got an amazing giveaway coming up. Thanks to SLH Sim Designs coming in and offering that now. So can we just give them a massive shout out and thank you. And I will sort this replay out. And then we'll run a giveaway. The giveaway will be running only on YouTube for our Twitch viewers, so you've got plenty of time to get over there and check that out. So I'm just going to set up this quick giveaway whilst we check out this replay. Alright then guys, so if you want to be in with the chance of winning the giveaway, please just type into the chat SLH, yeah? Give them a bit of love. So just type into the chat SLH into the chat and you will be entered into the giveaway that SLH has kindly said they're going to give away. Some wonderful Caribbean airports. Oh, I love this community. Oh, it really was a bit turbulent, wasn't it? As we were on this approach. Looks like it's a bit more stable here. I think that's the point where I thought, let's get the cabin crew seated nice and early, get the landing gear down, try and stabilise us down a little bit. So yes, if you are watching on Twitch, plenty of time to get yourselves over onto YouTube to participate in this impromptu giveaway. Just type into the chat SLH. See, at ground level you can tell it's not actually that turbulent. Just look at the sea. And then SLH, if you can message me, and the winner of the giveaway will just need to message me with their email address, and I'll put you guys in touch, and you can sort that out, which will be wonderful. Thank you so much. So did the Did self-loading, not self-loading cargo, did Flight Lab Studio actually present it with a landing rate for this, or not? Doesn't matter if it didn't. Loving the cruise ship. Did it not float back? No, never mind. It looked fine. It was fine. This is what we all need, isn't it? A nice Caribbean cruise. But beautiful. Right, I'll announce the winner as we touch down then. So, congratulations. The winner of the impromptu giveaway from SLH, thank you so much again for that, guys, is... There's touchdown. Ah, it's channel member J-Hog, who's looking forward to being looked after by me in his old age. He'll be lucky. J-Hog, congratulations, mate. There's going to be a lot of grass getting cut in the Caribbean. So SLH, yeah, if you can message me and I'll put you in touch with J-Hog, I'll get that all sorted. Jaeger says a bit of a floater. Yeah, there was, and we actually mentioned that as we were briefing because we were expecting quite a decent headwind. We said probably won't need to flare quite so much. That was why. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us on our afternoon stream, 3.5 hours. It's been great fun. Always love flying somewhere different, and a good lengthy stream to finish the week is always good fun. So thank you so much to everybody. Whatever you're doing this weekend, I hope you're having. Hope you've got a great weekend lined up. And so I'm going to leave you with our final front view approach replay into Montego Bay. Have a great weekend, everyone. A massive thanks to all of you for supporting us this week. Easyjet Pilot channel members, as always, a massive thanks for your continued support. Please hit the like button as you make your way out. Hope you enjoy the final landing view as well. Have a great weekend, everyone. I shall see you all again very soon. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.
Restart.